different types of creatures of the same species lived here, but they weren't free. The sunken continent. Was that their punishment? So these creatures are immortal? This looks like an altar dedicated to two figures. I can hear them talking to me. They rebelled against their masters. The slaves seemed to worship two gods. My illness has kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick. I feel full of life and energy, even better than before my illness. Now the water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel. These creatures lived like slaves. All their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've lived all your life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner? Now I can enter this tunnel. This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me. That was quite a ride, but it's over now. That ladder. Someone set up camp in here. Looks like a means of transportation to get to that sanctuary. Seems to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death? What is this? This... Oh my god! Did I... You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance. Somebody painted these symbols on the wall.
My dear old pal. It's only Cass and me now. I have much to thank her for, even if our friendship is worn thin due to hunger and fatigue. If she hadn't insisted so much, we'd never have convinced Aotearoa. He guided us as we followed the river down from the mountain peak. And that's how we found this entrance. And the mural. Maybe I can't undo what's happening to you, Nora, but I think I can try to become like you. The original inhabitants of this island took slaves to a sanctuary, and there they performed a ritual. Aotearoa said the ritual was madness, and he didn't want any part of it. He and Cass argued, violently. When we woke up the next morning, he had left. I know it sounds strange, but you have to trust me, my love. I know this is going to work, and we can be together. You understand what that means, don't you, Nora? We have a second chance. With more love than ever, Harry.
Harry? What ritual are you talking about? Why on earth would you want to become like me? A sanctuary? Harry, was that where you went? Oh dear, poor people. Is this why I'm changing too? So the guide left the expedition. That would explain the workshop on the white sand beach, where I arrived. Harry, that look on your face. You look deranged. They seem to loathe each other. She doesn't seem to care much about Harry. And she doesn't seem to be thinking straight either. You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days. This panel looks different from the others. It's much more elaborate. It all makes sense. Nothing bad is going to happen to me here, as menacing as this place might look. The island, the ooze, those sea creatures. They're just defending themselves, like a wild animal against an unknown threat. That's how they perceived the expedition. like a threat. But I, on the other hand, I wasn't a threat. And I definitely wasn't unknown, was I? They seemed to recognize me, as if I was one of their own. Everything seems so distant now, as if I first stepped on that white beach thousands of years ago. A full moon? It can't be. Yesterday was a new moon. Did I lose track of time, or... Maybe this place isn't subject to the laws of physics. That's the only explanation I can find for this surreal night. It's hard to believe everything is real. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll open my eyes sometime and I'll be back in our home in Inglewood and everything will be as before. My perfectly ordinary life with Harry. My daily routines. My illness. That will be as before too. And then I'll need to shake off this strange feeling that I have now. Feeling that I don't really belong there anymore. And with there, I don't mean Englewood, or Boston, or Newburyport. I mean... How is it possible that the strange events of only 2 days on this island makes more sense to me than the life that I've been living for years? There it is. The sanctuary. So is this where you went, Harry? Was this your last stop? Another camp. Although it's little more than a few things scattered about.
My dear old pal. I never should have trusted Cass. I thought she cared about you, but she's just mad, obsessed with this place. I can't trust her to help me overcome the last obstacle. This door. I know how to open it. But what I have to do is mix my blood with the black ooze. Am I mad for even considering that? It's the only way we can be together. It has to work, right? All this can't be a coincidence. The ritual is made for the two of us, isn't it, Nora? I wish you could be here. Damn it. I have to think it over. I can't. Tomorrow. Leave it for tomorrow, damn it. Stop writing.
What are you saying, Harry? Don't you see what the black ooze does, what it did to the doctor? Are you out of your mind? A library? What are you talking about, Harry? Was the blood of these creatures... Heavens! This dagger looks exactly like the one I have. Black ooze on a petri dish. My God, this syringe has traces of black ooze. What the hell were you thinking? Oh my goodness, and the gun barrel is empty. trail of blood. Someone was hurt. There's a bullet hole in here. A woman's earring stained with blood. My... This mural seems to describe a ritual involving blood. That dagger. So I have to put my hand inside? Moby Dick. Its pages are hollowed out, and its shape is... A camera. It must be Cassandra's. Harry asleep in his tent. What a creepy photograph. Oh my, she sounds completely out of her mind. Let's give it a try. Ouch! Oh! Ah! What was that? Looks like a tattoo, but it isn't. Those are my spots. They've moved. These patterns look too familiar. Oh, I really hope this works. If he's behind that door, I wonder which Harry I'll find. How much would be left of the man I love? And how much of the man who has lost his sanity in this place? An eye and a star. Look at the stars, maybe. All these papers are riddled with incoherent doodles. I wonder what this means. Those stone statues seem to rotate. I wonder what this means. Constellations and stars. These people seem to worship otherworldly gods. They carried these people here to test them, like a challenge of some sort. Where is this door leading me? shining constellation. I better draw it. The stars are aligned, forming a constellation that I don't recognize. That is not the same sky you can see from Earth. And if that's not the Earth's sky, where am I now? It's a pentagon-shaped symbol with channels in its edges. What was it used for? Circular stones with strange carved symbols. These icons on the wheel are the same as the constellations I have in my hand. They took them to a throne room. That was the final step in the ritual. What an odd structure, riddled with nooks and crannies and endless stairways. Maybe it only hurts the first time. Ah! The second also hurts. When I arrived on this island, I felt like I was trespassing. But now, I feel like this is where I belong. place is like a labyrinth. They were submerged in black ichor. Harry seems to be on the brink of madness. But I don't feel the slightest hint of confusion. On the contrary, I feel my mind is more focused than ever. Again? Seriously? Ow! That hurt! Again.